für eine gerechte Einkommens- und Vermögensverteilung hierzulande und global. In diesem Sinne, ihr habt ein super starkes Signal gesetzt. Kämpfen wir weiter. Handelspolitik beschäftigt uns.
Danke, Stefan Kürzel. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak today. My name is Nalini Stamp, and I'm with the Working Families Party, and I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm glad to see so many people from across the country, across the globe, here protesting today. People around the world are speaking up and standing up for justice, and for dignity, and for the future that we can build together. I am here today to take a stand against the man I have to call my president, Donald Trump. Yes, boo. I'm here today to take a stand against the hateful, discriminatory policies he represents and that his allies around the globe want to put in place. Normally, I don't need to travel 4,000 miles to protest Donald Trump. I can just walk outside my front door. That's because Trump has generated an unprecedented movement of civic resistance from his very first day in office, from the Women's March that mobilized people across the globe. Millions of people have been taking the streets. And here's one lesson. When someone like Donald Trump makes a promise that sounds like a threat, believe them. During his first week in office, he announced his Muslim and refugee ban. And with hours, people, including myself, showed up at JFK airport to say, we will not have this. And although the Supreme Court said that they will continue this ban, we will say not today. When Trump pulled out of the Paris Agreement, more than 1,000 mayors of cities large and small said Trump was wrong, and we will hold him accountable. We will make sure that the U.S. stays in the Paris Agreement. Trump and his allies in Congress are pushing a plan that would kick 20 million people off their health care because unlike the rest of the globe, we still have to pay for our health care. We have to pay when our loved one gets sick. I have to pay when I get sick or ill. That has sparked marches, protests, people getting arrested in Congress. And we will make sure that it does not happen, that people in the United States have their health care. And I tell you all of this because what Trump represents is not unique to the United States, not by a long shot. His strongman attitude, his policies against immigrants, refugees, and people of color like myself, his attacks on democracy, the press, and even on science. Here in Europe, you've seen this before. This is nothing new. This is in the history. And you're seeing it again now. Whether it's UKIP or Marine Le Pen, National Front, or the German AfD, around the world we are seeing political movements like Trump's, and they are getting stronger and they are getting coordinated. So if they work together, we must work together too. And here's my lesson. The politics of hate around the world don't come from nowhere. They aren't born in a vacuum, and they do in fact represent a failure of our leadership, class, and our institutions, though not in the way that Trump and his allies argue. No, it's not the immigrants who pose a threat, because immigrants, we get the job done. But it is finance, it is the banks, it is the political leaders who have done nothing as living standards erode, who insulated the banks from paying for a global recession that they caused, who chip away at the commons like access to health care or rising college tuition bit by bit, who say nothing that can be done as unemployment and poverty creep up behind us. The global neoliberals thought that the markets could solve everything, but they were wrong, and they are still wrong. I'll tell you what I believe. in the US, and I think it's true across Europe too. We need a new visionary politics. We need a new vision that is born out of compassion and solidarity for every human being that lives on this planet. Only that can tackle the biggest challenges we face, from climate change to inequality to structural racism, and our movement needs to be coordinated across the globe too. So yes, I can protest Donald Trump without traveling to Germany, but coming here lets us build a global community that can fight for the future that we all want to see. So thank you.
vielfältigsten Möglichkeiten, ob es das Kajak ist oder das Boot oder auch Bahn dabei. Und ich glaube wirklich, das ist eine ganz besondere Demo, die wir hier in Hamburg haben. Die auch für die Leute, die hier auf dem Wasser
Demonstration gerade rausfährt. Ein wunderschönes Bild.
Ganz viele Leute entlassen. Genau. Und warst du schon dabei?
Wir müssen junge Leute.
Mehr kann ich nicht sagen.